everyone, good morning. I'm in Casual Friday today. I'm working from my home office and it's a little bit more relaxed for me on a Friday. So yes, I'm not in my fancy earrings and everything else. So I wanted to chat to you today about bathroom storage, and I probably am doing that because it's a follow on from the event last night, the Forever Home Bathroom Masterclass that I held at Reese. And for those of you who attended, it was so lovely to see you. There was a couple of clients that I hadn't seen for a while, and it was so delightful to actually meet in person some of the people that had actually taken up the offer for the online course. So it was lovely to see them come to a live workshop, that I could meet them in person. So that was, I was really, really chuffed about that. And so I went through a lot of things last night in the bathroom masterclass. I try and cover as much as I can in the hour that I speak. And there's always things that, don't necessarily get covered because I'm trying to work out what's going to add the most value. But one of the comments, I always do a evaluation, and I know one of the things that people comment quite highly on is around storage in bathrooms, and just to rethink that. So I thought, okay, well, that will be the topic for today. So one of the things with regards to bathrooms, and I said this last night, is that you can have, and there are numerous images online of the most stunning looking bathrooms, absolutely gorgeous. But I look at them with another eye, and that is my eye for functionality and practicality. And in many instances, I see that they look absolutely incredible, but I look at them and I think, yeah, but how are you really going to be able to use that bathroom properly? And a lot of that comes around the fact that there is not enough storage, or not enough real usable storage. And so I just wanted to cover that off today. I think that when you are designing a bathroom, there is no reason why you can't have a stunning looking bathroom as well as it being functional. There may be a couple of things that you need to compromise on, in terms of there may be an amazing mirror that you really want to incorporate, but it's not going to allow you to have key storage. So that may be a consideration. At the end of the day, you need to work out what's going to work best for you. But I find that storage that is at eye height is the absolute winner. And so that means that you have cabinetry that's normally inset into the wall. So it's very unimposing. It's not sitting out. It's not always possible. If you're on a solid brick wall or an external wall, you may not be able to do that. But if you can recess cabinetry into the wall cavity, that is absolutely fantastic, because it just means that it's not protruding into the room at all. Now, the reason why storage at eye level is just so paramount, and for me is an absolute must in the bathroom that you're going to be using the most. You know, when you're thinking about a powder room or something like that, it really is not important. But when you've got a family bathroom or you've got your ensuite, they are going to be heavily used, and you need to make sure that you've got really good storage at eye height. So it could be, what's called a shaving cabinet, rectangular square, they're mirrored fronts. And then inside you've got about 100 mils of storage. So it's not deep, you can see everything really easily. And, everything is just there. All your makeup can be there. And the other thing that I put into those cabinets are PowerPoints, his and hers, so that you can put your toothbrushes in there, you can use your shaver in there, and it means that you're getting a clear surface on your bench, which is also something that you really want to try and achieve. So when you've got this overhead storage, everything that you need on a daily basis is basically at eye level. So it is far, far easier to utilise and access that storage rather than rummaging around through drawers. Now, the other thing I talk about is that drawers store a lot more than cupboards, and they're a lot easier to access, particularly when you're using fully extendable drawer runners rather than, ones that are not. So you get full access to that entire drawer depth. And things like hair dryers and, larger scale items that are not going to go in those overhead cupboards are perfect for in drawers. Make sure, though, you're measuring the height of your hairdryer when it's lying down, because so many times I see pokey little drawers that are either too narrow or not deep enough, and therefore, sorry, there's a call trying to come in. I should have put that on silent. I apologise. They should have actually measured the height, because these, drawers that are far too shallow or, just not broad enough are not going to fit a hairdryer anyway. So make sure that you're measuring those things to make sure that your drawer heights are the right size. And further to that, drawers that are far too deep, and I see that a lot as well, really, really deep drawers, also are going to end up being not super functional, because you're rummaging around there, things get lost really easily, and so they're not ideal either. So drawers certainly have their place, along with this eye height cabinetry, so that you've got access to things really easily. Now, just because it's a cabinet, it doesn't mean that you can't use round. There are off-the-shelf round cabinets that have still got the depth in them, which is fabulous, because for those of you who know me that I am quite passionate about using as many organic shapes as we can in our spaces, because everything is rectangular. You've got rectangle bars, you have a rectangle or square shower, you've got then a rectangle shaped vanity. So when you're using an organic shaped basin, an organic shaped mirror, it softens the space, and that principle can actually be taken to every single room that you have. So just because you want to have storage, it doesn't mean it needs to be rectangular. So they are some tips that I shared last night with regards to storage in bathrooms. And I know that when I was talking to some people afterwards, I said, oh yeah, I was actually just going to stick a mirror on the wall. And I just feel that it's very, very cost effective, and you'll see a lot of developers do it because it is the cheapest way that they can actually make that bathroom look okay. But it's certainly not the way to get maximum functionality out of that space. And like I said earlier, when it's a powder room, that's when I would use a stunning mirror, that is going to create a really beautiful aesthetic in that space, because you don't need to use that room on a daily basis for, makeup and shaving and all that sort of stuff that you need access to products. But when it is going to be a family bathroom or your ensuite, you need that area to work really well. And that doesn't mean that you're going to really sacrifice the aesthetic. But for me, if your bathroom's not going to work, and if it's really, you've spent all that time, money and effort on redoing it or getting it designed from scratch, and it's not going to serve you from a functionality perspective, it doesn't matter how amazing it looks. It is just going to drive you nuts, because things are difficult to access. You can't store everything that you like in easily accessible areas. So really think about all the things you need to store, and having one that has got lots of storage. And again, if it's recessed in, you're only going to see 2 centimeters, which is your finger pull anyway. So that's bathroom storage. Now, if you've got any questions, by all means, shoot them through. Even if you're watching this at a later time, I'll get a notification and I can always answer your questions. Now, don't forget that I'll be running Facebook Live at 10 o'clock every Friday. So this is a really good opportunity for you I'll have a topic every Friday, but it's a really good opportunity for you for me to answer any questions that you may have with regards to your product. And I'm happy to run through those on the call. And I am actually putting out a poll as well to see whether this time slot works for everyone, or whether you prefer it on at 12 noon, or maybe you'd prefer it on another day. So let me know, because I really want to make sure that I'm able to access the most amount of people at a time that is convenient to them. The other thing I need to remind you about is today is the last day for the bonus bundle launch special that's occurring with the online course. We had quite a bit of interest last night. People came up to me afterwards to ask a little bit more information. And so at 6 o'clock today, that launch special will be turned off. So don't forget, there's over $900 worth of additional bonuses that will not be available after 6 o'clock tonight. Access to me for a private consultation, a bonus module of custom build versus a volume builder, and what the differences are and what may suit you better. And then you've also got access to a free copy of my book, and I will sign that for you. So Don't forget that that's there. It's 10 o'clock now, so our time is running out. We've got 8 hours left to be able to access that special. So don't forget to go to whitepebbleinteriors.com.au/courses to be able to find out more and also access that special. So I'm going to leave you now on this lovely Friday. Well, it's a bit overcast here. We wanted to cycle to school today and it was raining, so I had very disappointed children. I hope that gives you a little bit of insight about bathrooms, and I certainly hope to see you on the inside of the launch special today, and to see you on the inside of the course, and to touch base with you personally. Our next live workshop is the 17th of March, which is all about kitchens. So that's the Your Forever Home Kitchen Masterclass held at Cosentino in Heatherton in Melbourne. I will be running that course on the 17th from 6 o'clock. You can register online at the White Pebble Interiors website /upcoming-events. All right, then, have a lovely weekend, and I will see you next Friday, same time, same place, 10 o'clock. See you then. Bye, everyone.